I want to talk about Desiree Ketchum. So Desiree Ketchum she's not the biggest name in the audiobook industry. According to Audible, she has 126 titles to her name. Desiree Ketchum, and I'm going to put this up here because I just love how a bio page. They just gave her a bio page and I just love it. It says that Desiree Ketchum is a talented romance narrator based in Connecticut with a voice that is both sultry and captivating. With her smoky tone, she has become a sought-after narrator in the romance genre. Desiree began her career as a romance blogger and quickly established herself as a skilled storyteller. See, actually, if you didn't know, there was a live, and I'm going to find it on, I think it was just from Peace Loves Books channel. I'm going to find that live, and hopefully I can find it. If I can find it, I will link it up in the cards and or down below. And she talks about how she was started as a booktuber, which is pretty darn cool, before she got into becoming a narrator. Anyway, so yeah, that's how she got into it. And before that, the reason why she got into that is because she was an author at first and she wanted to narrate her own books. Anyway, so her passion for her romance novels led to her to pursue a career in audiobook narration. She has since narrated over 100 titles for some of the biggest names in the industry. Her ability to bring characters to life and convey their emotions has made her a favorite among audiobook listeners, including me. I love her. When she is not narrating, Desiree indulges in her hobbies of music, crafting, and video games. She finds inspiration in the worlds she encounters through her work and enjoys exploring new stories and characters. Desiree's dedication to her craft and her natural talent have made her one of the most respected narrators in the audiobook industry. Her fans eagerly anticipate her next project, and she continues to captivate listeners with her sultry, smoky voice and expert storytelling skills. That is a very well-crafted bio. Anyway, when I saw that, I just loved it and I wanted to read that. So, as you can tell, we will be talking about Desiree Ketchum in today's recommendations for audiobook narrators. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Monica, and welcome back to my channel. So, like everybody else, I just wanted to talk about some highlights. Did you know that she did This Sick Love by J.C. Hall? It just came out, I think, like a couple months ago. I haven't listened to it yet. If you know, and I have that book. However, I have yet to listen to it. I need to listen to it. That's just a big deal. So I can't really speak to how well the story is, but I'm pretty sure that is going to be fantastic. She generally does good. I love her work. She does a fantastic job. So the first book I really want to talk about is Between Hell and Goodbye, and this is by Emma Scott. Her co-narrator is Teddy Hamilton. This one is incredibly dramatic, angsty, and very, very emotional. This one, she's very selfish, and the heroine's very selfish in this one. She is a party girl. She does things to really self-sabotage herself, and she's incredibly good at her job. She's in PR. So what she does is she has her bosses are telling her, hey, you need to go on vacation because either we want to give you this promotion, but either you need to start showing up on time and putting more effort in like everybody else, or you need to think about moving on because, well, they want to give her the promotion. She doesn't completely deserve it, but she's a very, very good at her job. So they're kind of in a tight spot with her. So she goes to Hawaii on this vacation, and she leaves behind a very toxic friend, which is actually a very good thing for this character. Anyways, she goes on this hike wearing the wrong shoes, and ends up getting hurt and twisting her ankle. And she gets rescued by this firefighter who has to be airlifted out. And he helps nurse her back to health, and they end up having this fling that turns into something more. And then they have to go back and forth whether or not, because she has to go back to work on the mainland. And he's not going to leave Hawaii. And they have to figure out whether long distance is going to work or not. And there's a lot that goes on in this that's involved in this story. There is some stuff in this book that I don't particularly like. One trope in this that I don't like. However, I wouldn't even call it a trope. It's something that the author uses to add more drama. But at the end of the day, both the hero and the heroine have to figure out what to take if they want to be together or not. If the long distance is going to work, or who's going to have to move where. And it's a real life situation, especially if you fall in love with someone who on a vacation. And it's a real life scenario, and I think it was done very well, the real life scenarios. The one thing that I didn't like about it, and I am not going to spoil it, I initially gave it 4.5 stars, but I could not stop thinking about this. So it was on my favorites list, and I didn't think it was going to be on my top favorites list, but because I could not stop thinking about this book, I couldn't stop thinking about the emotional roller coaster it brought me on. It was just so good. The writing is impeccable. Desiree Ketchum's and Teddy Hamilton, their narration and the way they worked with each other was just so well done. It really brought the world to me that Emma Scott wrote. It was just so well done, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. So it literally took a 4.5 book to a 5-star. It elevated it enough that it would be on my favorites list. I have a feeling it will be on my favorites list of 2023. So I really, really have to recognize Desiree Ketchum with Between Hello and Goodbye. This book is just fantastic, and I highly recommend you listen to this. Another one is Rewriting the Stars. This is book 6 in the Bailey Brothers series by Claire Kingsley. You really need to listen to this series in order. The first one is a novella, and it does set up the first book, so you really should go through it. And I know the first book isn't the best, but the rest of them are so good. This one is Levi Bailey and Annika Haven. So this is more like a Romeo and Juliet, because the Haven and the Baileys are feuding. This is a feuding family situation. And you get that from like 0.5 from the very first book in this series. They pull pranks on each other, and so at the beginning you really think it's fun and games, but they really, really cannot stand each other. The families cannot stand each other. And so Annika and Levi have been secret friends, and they've always sort of pined for each other a little bit. Annika is a single mother, and Levi has loved her for a long time. They start sneaking around, and they know that it's true love, and then they have to have the fallout of a Bailey loving a Haven, and it's comedic, but not in an obnoxious comedic way. So Desiree Ketchum does comedic pretty well with this, and she co-narrates this one with Aaron Shedlock and Sebastian York. She keeps up with both of them very well. She plays off both Aaron Shedlock and Sebastian York very well. I mean, these two are pretty seasoned narrators, and she does so well with those two. I highly recommend reading the series, but this one is my favorite. This one and book 2 or 3. It's Unraveling, which is, I think, is book 3. Rewriting the Stars is book 6. and Unraveling Him is book 3. And those two are my favorite in the Bailey Brothers series. But Desiree Ketchum has done such a fantastic job with this one. And again, this is Romeo and Juliet one. And she's a single mom, and it's sneaking around, and they're solving the mystery of why the Haven and the Bailey brothers have hated each other for so long, and why they really fight to be together based upon this really quirky town. It's a really, really good series. Now, the other one I want to talk about is King of the Court by R.S. Gray, and she does this with Aiden Snow. This one was sort of a surprise for me. This is, so be aware there's a time jump, so if you don't like time jumps, and this is basketball, you might not enjoy this one, but I actually did enjoy this one. So he is a NBA star, and she works at this diner in a small little town in Texas. He's on the men basketball, U.S. Olympic basketball team. And anyway, this isn't as funny as you think it would be for R.S. Gray. Be aware there is an instance where she is about to be sexually assaulted. He does stop it though. This is definitely second chance romance in this. They fall in love while he's at the summer camp training for the Olympics, and she doesn't think it's gonna go anywhere. She's there taking care of her nan because her nan I think has Alzheimer's, which I think is true. Yep, her nan has Alzheimer's, and so she's there making sure that her nan is getting everything she needs. They end up falling in love while he's training for the Olympics on the basketball team, and they connect and stuff. And then she's barely juggling to make ends meet, and well, he has everything, and then all this stuff. And then comes in the twist where he has to go and deal with some stuff from his past, right? And she just can't deal with that. And stuff going on with her boss at the diner, with her nan, and with trying to keep up with her studies, because she in California. And so when he leaves, she just cuts everything off. She's just like, I just can't. I need to focus on this. So after he leaves, she's done. She thinks it's done. Well, fast forward a while. He is now a single dad because there's a time jump, right? So now she's back in California. Her nan has passed away, and now she's back in school. Well, she goes to the basketball game, and he sees her, and he's like, oh, he still wants her very much. And it is a whole thing, and it is a really, really good story. And Desiree Ketchum does a really good job with a sports romance, and her co-narrator is Jason Clark, and they work very, very well together. So I recommend this one as well. And the last one I do want to talk about is Forbidden Hearts by Corinne Michaels. This one is also age gap, small town, and it is a surprise pregnancy, and I love a surprise pregnancy. You know how much I love a surprise pregnancy. This one, the hero needs a nanny for his daughter, but a specific type of nanny. He needs a nanny who knows ASL. Well, she's sort of forced into the job for ASL. She's 14 years younger than the hero. She is on a break from school. She's trying to be, I think, an audiologist. So she works with his daughter, and she has this really great relationship with his daughter. And he's kind of mean to her at first when she's very grumpy. But then they start falling in love and stuff. But here's the thing, is I just loved the surprise pregnancy, the way it was written in this book. I can't tell you how it was written in this book because it will spoil it and spoil the twist. So I'm not going to tell you, but I liked how it was written in this book. It wasn't like, and he wasn't mean about it. He was actually very good about it. And man, it was a good time. I liked how he took care of her after he found out that she was pregnant. And it is stated in, I think, the blurb the blurb that it was a surprise pregnancy. So that's not a spoiler. But her co-narrator was Zachary Weber. And of course, listen, Desiree Ketchum has been able to co-narrate with all these really fantastic narrators. She's done such a good job with all this. She will continue to do a great job, and I cannot wait to see what she's going to be doing in the future. But anyway, that is what I have for you for right now. Let me know if you have any recommendations for an audiobook that she has narrated, and let me know that down below. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you made it this far in this video, please leave me headphones emojis, because we're talking about audiobooks. And until next time, my friends, happy reading. Bye.